Alright guys, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Heartgold. We are here in Mahogany Town, and we are ready to face our 7th gym. This is going to be a pretty action-packed episode, so buckle in because it should be a lot of fun. Pryce is a veteran who has trained Pokemon for some 50 years. As you'll find, his attacks will make you shiver in his freezing gym. Are you ready to be frozen solid? I mean, keep up a hot fighting spirit against ice. That's kind of a pun because fire types and fighting types are both good against ice types. I wonder if this is the same guy in each gym or if this is a different guy that just all happen to look the same. Just like Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny. Never really thought about that before. Alright, so... interesting. This is kind of a more complicated gym than the one from the original games. The original games just had ice skating rinks, like you can see here, where you just slide to the wall. This one apparently has some little like ice boulder things you push as well. But it looks like maybe when you push them into each other, they freeze solid and stay in place, allowing you to make it to the other side. So that's pretty interesting. I think this room is just like a tutorial, so you can kind of figure out what the different pieces are before you get to the real puzzles. I remember the original Mahogany Town gym pretty well, but this one honestly doesn't ring a bell at all. Also, I did take a brief moment and stop by the department store. I went up Harrison Berry, which is pretty cool. Harrison avoids confusion. Ooh, close match here, but Jinx is ice type, so it is weak to Rock Slide. Of course, we are ground type, so we are weak to Ice Punch. Hopefully our defense will save us, and the fact that Jinx is a higher special than... oh, we're frozen solid, really? Oh, that's such a... oh, we thawed out! This is a real roller coaster of emotion here. I was expecting this to be like an easy battle, but apparently not. But good job, Kroot. That was a very nice knockout. You show that Jinx who's boss. And level 30. Very nice. Well deserved. I wouldn't lose to you in skiing. Yeah, that's probably true. What? Kroot is evolving. All kinds of evolutions these days. And hopefully Kroot should get a little bit of speed here as well as some other stats. Congratulations, your Kroot has evolved into Pupitar, the second stage and one which will be with us for a very long time. Tyranitar evolves later than almost any other Pokemon in the game. But that's okay because Pupitar himself is very strong. He's dizzy, all from all the ice skating. I don't blame you, buddy. Let's keep him out for at least one more battle. This gym has a slippery floor. Fun, isn't it? Yeah, I definitely enjoy the ice puzzles, as I've said. Anyway, so at the department store I went to Harrison Berry, which heals confusion. It's not as useful to me as the other berries were, because... let's use Dig. Because I'm mainly going to be using these items as essentially outside of battle heal items, and obviously if you're outside of battle, you're not confused anymore, because confusion is a volatile status condition. It does not persist through switches or the end of battle. But I guess I could give it to a Pokemon. I'm kind of tempted to give one, if I grow a few, to Cherry, because Cherry knows Petal Dance, and Petal Dance confuses you after it's done. So the Harrison Berry would avoid that confusion for once, or for one time. But honestly, I think Miracle Seed is better. I'd rather have the Petal Dance do more damage for 2 to 3 turns and then be confused, than do less damage and then not be confused. And actually, since he did so good there, let's keep him out for now. So Jinx is Ice and Psychic type. Swinoob is... alright, see what I have to do. Swinoob is Ground and Ice type. Maybe I don't. I think I made a mistake. Luckily, going to a different room should reset it, I hope. If not, we can leave the whole gym. Yes, it does. Okay. Right, if I push this one, that should do the trick. Perfect. Pretty easy puzzle, and I still messed it up. So against a ground and ice type like Swinoob, rock type moves are not super effective, because rock is not good against ground, but it is good against ice. So rock attacks are normally effective. Seal is just a water type. It evolves into Dugong, who is rock and ice, but because Seal is full water type, this could be a bit of an issue for Kroot. Luckily we're faster, but we don't have a super effective attack, and Dig might not be a 1-hit KO. I'm glad we evolved, because that'll give us some much needed power. And it is enough. Very nicely done, Kroot. You happily proved me wrong. And Dugong. Speaking of, Dugong is a Pokemon that I'm kind of sad doesn't have like better stats. It's one of those it's one of the few forgotten Gen 1 Pokemon that didn't get any kind of cool evolution or a lowland form or anything. But it did have a pretty good Rest Talk set in like Rain Dance teams at one point. But Dugong has always been one of the Pokemon that I've always liked. I've always thought it was pretty cool. But it's just outclassed by Lapras in almost every way. And Lapras is cool too, one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. But yeah, Dugong is just a Pokemon I wish was better, because I think it's a really kind of cool, simple Pokemon. I'm pretty sure I might have trained one like very early on, maybe that's why I have an affinity for it. And we didn't manage to one-shot that Seal, which is allowed to use Rest. Now Rest will put it to sleep for a few turns, but if I use Dig, that's going to take 2 turns per attack, so I think it's better here to use Rock Slide and just hope I hit. I could also use Dark Pulse if Rock Slide gets it really weak. And I think it will, because Rock Slide is only slightly worse than Dig. Yep, perfect. So now a Dark Pulse should finish it off. I'm glad that Seal does not have Sleep Talk or Snore, although Snore wouldn't be too bad. But if it used Sleep Talk and either like Water Gun or Aurora Beam, that would probably finish off Groot. You're so strong it's scary. Thank you. It's a very nice compliment. Okay, so my goal right now is just to defeat the trainers. We'll come back and make sure we get to Pryce later on. And actually it looks like Pryce is right here, which I guess makes sense. I don't know what I was thinking, because we've already faced a number of trainers. Just a Dugong. Now I remember in the previous games, Pryce's Pokemon were actually pretty low level for a 7th gym leader. I would imagine they're the lowest probably of all the gens. I think they were like, I want to say like 27, 29, 32 or something like that, which is just really low. Let me see how much Dark Pulse does. It might be a 2-hit KO. I doubt it, but actually no. If Rock Slide didn't do, yeah, no, because Rock Slide was super effective. So Dugong is actually pretty bulky. Not as bulky as Lapras, but for this stage in the game, it's not bad. Look how happy he is too. He's just such a cool little Pokemon. Alright, farewell Dugong. So I really hope for this remake that they up the levels of Pryce's Pokemon. Like Jasmine's best was 35, so Pryce's should be like 37, not 32, or 33 or whatever it was. Alright, so we have one more. Let me go ahead and just switch out our lead Pokemon for a second. And there is a reason for that. So I was running in the field up by Lake Rage. And, okay, got it. In fact, I could actually get to Pryce if I want to now, so I have to remember this is actually the solution to the puzzle. Ah, you know Pryce's secret, do you? So I just defeated Pokemon on the way with Olive, and she grew a level and tried to learn a new move. And at first I was like, oh, it's too bad I already have these moves I really like, so I was really happy with her move pool for this point in the game. It's not her final move pool, but it's a really good temporary one. But then the more I thought about it, the more I realized I should teach Olive this new move. And this new move, as you can see there, is Ancient Power. And yes, I forgot Extrasensory. You're like, ah, why Extrasensory? It's such a great move. And it is. But so are Fire Blast and Shadow Ball. So I brought up, there's a little online tool. If you Google Pokemon Attack Type Analysis, there's a few different versions. The one I like is like 4th down on Google. But, okay, let me go ahead and battle while I talk. But it'll tell you, if you enter what move types your Pokemon has or you want it to learn, it'll tell you how many Pokemon resist it, how many Pokemon it's normal against, and how many Pokemon it's super effective against. Unfortunately, you can't filter by generation. At least none of the ones I found lets you do that, so it just tells you in general, but it still gives you a pretty good idea of what movesets are worthwhile. And it's actually good in particular for this gym because Cloyster, for example, like Dugong, is an Ice and Water type, so it doesn't take extra damage from Fire Blast because the water resists Fire Blast. But Ice... Oh, right! Choice specs! Ah, okay. Touche game, touche. If I would have known that, I probably would have used Ancient Power, but Shadow Ball it is then. So that's the downside of choice specs there. Luckily, this Shadow Ball should still do a fair amount because Cloyster is more defense than special defense. Yep. And Shadow Ball is boosted by choice specs, rather. Last one is Seal. Shouldn't be too difficult. So, I looked up the coverage, and Shadow Ball, Fire Blast, and Ancient Power, so Ghost, Fire, and Rock, have better super effective coverage than Ghost, Psychic, and Fire. And because we have Shadow Ball, which is a very powerful move that hits almost everything for neutral damage, Pryce is strong because he sits on top of very cold ice and trains his body and spirit. What about an Icy Waterfall? That would be painful. Just going to heal up real quick. So yeah, it was a better combination, and we don't really need Extra Sensory as a default attack because we have Shadow Ball as a default attack for the time being. One thing I noticed too is that the antenna is now very visible and clearly broken. I'm not sure where the tree went. Like, I don't think it was a fake tree. I think it was a real tree. Like, did the tree get burned down by Electrode's shock? Or I don't understand why the tree is gone, but it is kind of cool that they reference the events of our previous episodes. Alright, it's time to heal up. But what's cool about Ancient Power, it's kind of a fun move, and I figured since I got rid of Metronome, let me at least learn another fun move. Not as fun, but fun. So Ancient Power is a pretty cool move. It's rock type, special. It has 60 base power. There's a bug version called Silver Wind and a ghost version called Ominous Wind, which have the same effect. And the secondary effect is only a 10% chance, but it's a 10% chance of raising all of your stats by 1 level, except evasiveness. So you raise the 6 basic ones, which are speed, attack, special attack, defense, special defense, and actually I guess it's just those 5. It doesn't raise your HP. But still, that's a really good boost if you can get it. And what's cool about Togekiss learning it is that because of Serene Grace, it's actually a 20% chance. So it goes from being a very unrealistic but kind of cool boost when it happens to being, you know, it's going to happen some of the time. So I figure that'll be a fun move to use, and I hope we get that really nice stat boost. If we do get it, it's going to make Togetic really powerful. And I'm not going to hold on to it the whole game because there will be better moves. But for this stage in the game, it should still be very, very fun. Alright guys, I did teach Gyarados, or Red Gyarados actually, you'll notice. I gave him a Citrus Berry and taught him Surf and Strength, just in case Pryce ends up doing a lot better than I think. But I'm not sure he will. So, who do we want to use here? Yeah, Rod's our lowest level, let's go with Rod. I feel like being a fighting type. Oh, we have a Black Belt. Glad I thought of that. Shell Bell is cool and all, but Black Belt should do more damage. Well, it will do more damage. It should be more effective. Alright, this might make this an easy gym, but we'll see. Pokemon have many experiences in their lives, just like we do. I too have seen and suffered much in my life. Since I am your elder, let me show you what I mean. I have been training Pokemon since before you were born. I do not lose easily. I, Pryce, the Winter Trainer, shall demonstrate my power. Pryce is a really cool character, and like he's this old guy who's been training obviously a very long time, very harsh conditions. You'd think he'd have like a super strong team. I'm really disappointed that he does not. Level 30, so they are higher than they used to be, at least, but still not enough to really pose much of a challenge, I don't think. Brick Break is not super effective because Steel is pure water type, but because of our same type attack bonus and because of the Black Belt, it still does a lot of damage. I'm actually surprised it wasn't a knockout, but I suppose Steel is the same level. Hail is a weather move. We haven't seen too many weather moves yet. And ironically, because Seal is not ice type, it does take damage from its own hail. I'm not a big fan of using Hail or Sandstorm as a move. Alright, so I tried to use Aerial Ace just to finish it off. Obviously, he used a potion, but we're still faster, so we can use Brick Break now. Alright, there we go. Not too tough. And and I'm thinking that Pryce's other Pokemon are weak to fighting types, so honestly, Seal might have been the hardest one to KO. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't recommend using Hail or Sandstorm as a move. If you have a Pokemon with an ability that summons those, then it could be very useful, because there are a lot of Pokemon that gain effects from having Hail or Sandstorm active. But actually, we could use Rock Tomb as well, but Brick Break is more accurate and will do more damage. Dugong is faster. An Aurora Beam can't freeze you, but it can lower... No, it can confuse you, I think? Crits, that's lucky. But I think he really needed the confusion secondary effect to pose a threat. Will Dugong hang on, or will it be a one-hit knockout? It hung on! Wow, Dugong is pretty strong, and because it is part Ice type, it will not take damage from Hail. I could use Rock Tomb to try to slow it down. Actually, that's probably a good strategy, because... Let's see, he uses Hyper Potion, I use Rock Tomb, then I go first the second turn and knock it out. If I use Brick Break, he uses Potion, I use Brick Break, then he gets another attack. So let's use Rock Tomb, because in that case I have a 90% chance of defeating him before I take any more damage. Or he's not going to use a Potion, okay. And I'm faster, I thought he was faster. Well, that changes my whole plan there. I should use Brick Break, but whatever. All is well that ends well, and Rod so far is doing very nice against this gym. The Hail has stopped, not that it matters too much. You're quite the trainer. Plus, if the weather lasted until another weather removed was used, then I'd be more in favor of saying that was a good move, but because it only lasts 5 turns, it's just not going to do that much damage. So Piloswine is ice and ground type, so rock will not be super effective, but fighting should still be. So even though Piloswine is a few levels higher, I'm not sure if its defense is better than Dugong's. It's about the same, it looks like. And Piloswine has a berry, so that'll take it out of red range, not that it matters. It has 1 chance, and it will use Ice Fang. It's a pretty good move. It's a 65 base power physical ice attack, and I believe it has a chance to both flinch and or freeze you. I guess if you're frozen, the flinch doesn't really matter. Okay, so I was about to bring out Gyarados, seeing the level 30, but obviously we don't want Gyarados to get XP. Kroot is our next lowest, so Kroot, you are up. Willow is my middle name. Willow is flexible and not easily broken. I'm not giving up yet. Wonder what his last name is. Pryce Willow... something? Okay, so all of my moves are neutral. Let's use Dig. Luckily we are faster, because Ice Fang would be super effective. Luckily we have good defense, though, so... Blizzard. Now, Blizzard is a special move. That would have done a ton of damage. So it is a very good thing that we are faster. And we didn't defeat it. That's really surprising. Okay, question is, does he have a potion? If he does, then I should use Screech. He didn't use one on Dugong, so I'm thinking he only has 1. So I'm going to go for the Dig. He does have Potion. Oh, in that case, Screech would have been the move to use, and Dig is the worst move because I kind of gave him a free turn to use that potion. Because now Dig is not going to do that much damage, and he has a chance to Blizzard, and if it hits, that's going to be a one-hit knockout. Yeah. My special defense is not super high. Blizzard is a super powerful attack. It gets Stab. In Hail, it can't miss, which is one benefit to Hail, but I still wouldn't bother using it. Okay. Luckily, we're not really in any danger of losing, because Piloswine has all sorts of weaknesses. It's weak to fighting, it's weak to fire, it's weak to grass. I think it's weak to steel as well. So let's send out Olive. We'll go for the Choice Spect Fire Blast, and that should be a one-hit knockout. And it's a miss. Now, if it uses Blizzard and hits, yep. Togetic is weak to Blizzard. I don't think it'll be a one-hit knockout, but I wouldn't be too surprised. Okay, good. Alright, here's the Fire Blast. Let's see how much this does. It doesn't get Stab, but Choice Spec is pretty much an automatic stab, so because Piloswine is weakened, it might be a knockout? Yes, it is. If Piloswine was full HP, I don't think that Fire Blast would have done it, so thank you to my other Pokemon for weakening Piloswine. Alright, so that was still a pretty fun battle. I was never in danger of losing, I don't think, but it might be a while before we're in danger of losing again. I'm happy to have a battle that was at least that interesting. I am impressed by your prowess. With your strong will, I know you will overcome all life's obstacles. You are worthy of this badge. Nice. And we are 20 minutes in. Okay, we are behind schedule here, so we should get going. I don't know what move he gives you, though. We can use Whirlpool. And he gives you TM7. Oh, probably hail. Yep, that TM contains hail. It summons a hailstorm. Damages all types except ice. Well, thank you, Pryce. Okay, so here's what we are going to do. We have finished the battling part of this episode, where we need our strongest Pokemon. And now we are going to put a few of them in the PC and get some of our HM Pokemon. What's up, Professor Elm? Joe, how are things? I called because something weird is happening with the radio broadcasts. They were talking about Team Rocket. Joe, do you know anything about this? Maybe Team Rocket has returned. Oh, that can't be true. Sorry to bug you. Take care. It's a weird phone call. We'll have to listen to the radio, but that'll be next episode, because the world will have to just continue on its own for a bit. We have a lot to do. Okay, so I tried to find a combination of Pokemon that could learn all the HM moves I need right now in at least 2, but to be honest, I couldn't. So in fact, could I even get down to 3? I don't even know if I can get down to 3. I need 4 Pokemon with HM moves at the moment, because it's very hard to double up. Who is fainted right now? Let's put all our non-fainted Pokemon in the PC, just for ease. So we are going to take Flaffy, who is a new capture. Flaffy I need because it's going to have Flash. And Whirl Islands are apparently dark. So let's go ahead and teach Flashy, Wow, I'm all tongue-tied. Flaffy, I couldn't think of its name. I kept wanting to say Flashy. Teach Flaffy Flash. Try saying that 5 times fast. TMs, okay. Could have done this ahead of time, but I didn't. I did at least buy the TM. Yes, there it is. Oh, I already got one from somewhere. Oh well, waste of money, but better to have 2 than to have none. Okay, Flaffy wants to learn Flash. It doesn't really matter what we replace. Let's replace Growl. Sure, that's fine. Alright. Our good old Sandshrew obviously knows Strength and Cut. I really need it for Cut. And I need Fly from Hoot Hoot, and I need Whirlpool. I actually should teach Gyarados Whirlpool. I didn't want to teach it before the episode, just in case I had to use Gyarados in battle. Because Whirlpool is not really a good battle move. So yeah, I really need all 4 of these Pokemon for what we're about to do. I was going to catch a Natu off screen, thinking it could learn Flash and Fly, but apparently Natu can't learn Fly. It can only learn Fly once it evolves into Xatu. Ooh, lots of good moves, but let's get rid of Bite. Alright, Gyarados knows Whirlpool, and we should be all set. Oh, you know what? So, one of the things I was going to do this episode that we probably don't have time to do was talk to Suicune. But I'm thinking Yucine might attack us again, in which case... Yeah, let's hold off on that. I was also going to go ahead and just go into the Lake of Rage area again and use Cut with Sandshrew while I have Cut. But I'm going to actually save off on all that for next episode, so I actually don't need Sandshrew right now, but he can tag along for the ride anyway, because why not? Might as well give him some fresh air. But we do need the rest for what's about to happen. Also, apparently in generations like 1 through 3, Hoot Hoot and Noctowl can learn Flash. So it's like, oh, that I already had a Hoot Hoot. I could have told him Flash. It would have been so easy. But instead I had to actually catch a Pokemon to learn Flash. And let's not have Flaffy out first. At least we do have Gyarados in case for somehow we have like a tough battle, like a rival battle out of nowhere. And we lose both Cherry and Cian. Unlikely, but if it happens, we're still okay. Alright, so Repel. And let's get to it, shall we? Very excited to catch our 6th Pokemon, the final addition to what I think is going to be a pretty awesome team. Hopefully you guys agree. I don't think it really matters which Whirl Islands we go to. Whirlpool it is. Very nice. But we shall see. And the Pokemon I'm looking for, you can actually catch either by surfing or by fishing. That's a cool little intro screen there. I see a tentacle lurking beneath the surface. Alright, Flappy, it's your turn. I feel like this is like a heist movie where like each of the characters has one particular skill and they all have to use it in the final heist to get to the goal. I don't know, the floors are they numbered? No, just as Whirl Island. So I don't know which floor is which. And I guess right now we have Repel going, so let's just explore for a bit. But even though you can catch this Pokemon by fishing with a good rod, can't go that way. That strength. I do have strength with Gyarados, but that would only push it into a dead end. And this is also a dead end. Okay, so we need to surf on the water, which is fine, because that was the goal anyway. If you use a good rod, you only have like a 3% chance of finding this Pokemon. If you surf, it's like 30%, I think, something like that. I think good rod is level 20 and surfing is 10 to 20, but I'd rather just catch the Pokemon and train them up a bit. Ultra Ball, and I think if you catch them on a lower floor, they're higher level. For whatever reason, the main floor seems to be tuned, oh, we're just right here, as if you could come to Whirl Islands as soon as you get to them without using Whirlpool, and the other floors seem to be tuned as if you need Whirlpool, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know what, let me use another Repel just because we're not in water right now. I wouldn't really mind seeing what's in the cave proper, but yeah, for now, let's take our time. How you doing, Cherry? Very happy. Good. Oh, he's cuddling up to me. Aw, Meganium hugs. I'm glad that Meganium is a friend of mine. Calcium. What is Calcium? Is that special defense? Because Meganium has return, and obviously return is based on our friendship level. And it's nice to be friends. Special attack. Ooh, okay, I could use that. Let's use that on... well, we don't have Olive with us. I was going to use it on Olive. Let's use it on Cian then. Since Cian is not a special attacker, but will be. When all is said and done. Since Magby has higher attack by a little bit, Magmar, I think, has a little bit higher special attack. Yeah, as you can see, and Magmortar has definitely better special attack. Decent attack, but it's really a special attacker. Alright, now we're back upstairs. Oh, so we're in a different area of the Whirl Islands. Okay. So, I don't really know which floor is which. But I'm going to assume this is the... Let me just bring up my Google page here. So we have basement floor 1 and 1F. Or sorry, 1F and B1F. So first floor and B1 and basement floor. What we need is basement floor 2. That's when we find the higher level Pokemon. So you know what I think? I think these two islands only connect to each other, and we need one of the other two islands. So let's go ahead and surf again. And good red Gyarados. Is the sprite red? Oh, the sprite's just like a generic sprite. I feel like in later games you actually see the Pokemon, not just this generic thing, but I could be wrong. That would certainly be pretty cool. Especially because in this game, they actually have sprites for every single Pokemon. I think Generation 3 onward, they started doing that. If you remember in the old games, 1 and 2, they had like a couple Pokemon grouped together. Generation 1 only had like maybe 10 sprites in all, if that. So they could make Gyarados be surfable, or rideable. Okay, I think, where are we? Glad we defeated these trainers before. Also glad we have lots of repels. It is really unfortunate that we lost Yawn and we lost Hypnosis on Haunter. I wish I would have put Hypnosis in a better slot so that we would have kept it, but just didn't think that far ahead. Alright, so it looks like the two lower islands connect. And I'm guessing the two upper islands might connect. Or maybe one of these islands connects to those two by way of those hedges, like those jumping ledges. I guess they're not hedges if they're in a cave. And only one of these goes to the deeper area. But we'll see. The deeper area is actually where you can encounter Lugia if you're playing Soul Silver. But we are playing Heartgold, so no Lugia for us. And even if we had that option, we wouldn't be at that point yet. You have to advance the plot a little more before you can capture the main legendary. Alright, so we need to use Flash. There we go. Yeah, if at all possible, I would like to get to a lower floor just to catch our Pokemon at the higher level. I see an item ball down there. One over here. Carbos, lots of cool items. Let's wait on the Carbos. That's a speed, I think. I want to use that on Kroot. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about that one. Okay, so lots of items. Max Elixir, that's nice. It heals all the power points of all of a Pokemon's moves. Oh, there's a trainer over there. Full restore. I think this might be basement floor too. I've lost track at this point, to be honest. But if we could find some water, I could find out. Oh, another repel it is. I wonder if there's a move that, like, acts as a repel. I don't think there is, but that'd be really cool if there was. Very careful here. Full restore, very nice. This definitely feels like we're making progress, but this place is more complex than I thought. So I think going south will only take us where we were before, unless there's like a side exit. Let's try this way. A ladder, but it goes up. I want to go down. Oh, super. Oh, that's useful. Very nice. Nope, that's a dead end. I'm worried that this is going to take us down to like where we were before. I'm going to apologize right now if this episode goes a little bit long, but I really do want to catch this Pokemon because then I can train them up before I start playing some more tomorrow. Okay. So we've been this way. Are we going in circles? Pretty much. Was there something up here? No. The ladder. Did we come from the ladder? Did we go down here yet? Oh, a ladder down. Okay. This place is very labyrinthy. Oh, we have been down here. Okay. I see. I thought that was too easy. Okay. Anyway. That was just a waste of a repel. 12 left. Well, at least I have something to spend my money on. It's possible I have to go up to go down, but I think I'm going to go ahead and jump over this ledge. I know there's no going back here, but gotta take a risk. We're back at the other area. Drats. Okay, well that sucks. Let's try going in the fourth island and see if that's any different. If not, we could try. I think there was a ladder we missed over there. I'm pretty sure we already went that way with the water. Okay. Or is there like a route like this you have to go through for a different cave? I don't think so. I think they're all distinct. Oh, that's a dead end. Like, I think you can surf in between the Whirl Islands even before you have Whirlpool. Okay. Another repel it is. And our adventure continues. At this point, it might have been faster just to catch the Pokemon at a lower level and train it up, but it's kind of cool to explore too. We found some useful items. We might be able to face a trainer. Alright. This should be the last one. We didn't come here before, did we? I think we went to the left one. No, we did do this one. Okay. Sorry, it is just after 1 a.m. and I am getting a little tired at this point. So my judgment and memory may not be what they normally are. Or worse, they may be what they normally are. Maybe that's the problem. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm very glad we defeated these swimmers earlier. That makes this a lot less stressful. Oh, this is the upper left island. Okay, so I kind of was right. I need to go to the upper right island. I might start buying max repels even though they're less efficient money-wise, because I think time-wise they more than make up for it. We'll use up these other 9 super repels first, but then I'll start using max repels. Okay. 4th time's the charm, right? Luckily, I think this Pokemon is worth it. You guys actually might not be too excited. You might see me catch it and be like, really, that's your Pokemon? But I think it's worthwhile. Hopefully by the end of the Let's Play, I will convince you as well. In fact, you probably even guessed what the Pokemon is already. But if not, you'll find out soon. Oh, also, my cursor's in the way. Sorry about that. Okay. Here we go again. Flaffy used Flash. Alright, so already... Oh. Okay, let's go this way because we can get to that ladder. But there is no going back. That's annoying. It's not even like a fun challenge, it's just like a guessing game. And if you're wrong, you just lose repels in time. Hopefully we guessed right. It looks maybe like we did. Oh, wait, we've been here. This is this area, right? Which way do we go? We went the north one before, but they all go to the same place, I think. We're back here. But wasn't there a ladder that went up? You know what, I think we need to go back to where we just were, but use the north one. I think that's the correct answer. I am going in a circle. Alright, okay, so we couldn't even get back to that ladder from where we were. Okay, well, at least we've narrowed it down. See, that's really all these kind of puzzles are. It's just a guessing game. You guess, and if you arrive at a dead end, you have to come all the way out and try it again, but it does take a little bit of memory to remember what you've tried before and what you haven't, so I guess it's a challenge in that regard. And obviously these islands are designed in such a way that it's hard to figure out which one you've been to and which one you haven't. They all kind of blend together. So that also makes it challenging. So that was clearly their intent, was to disorient you and make it hard to figure out how to get where you need to go. I remember when I was younger and into the games, there really wasn't, I guess there was an internet, but it was very, very, very new. Nobody had internet back when I started playing Pokemon. Nobody I knew, at least. So, and you couldn't just like look up guides or anything like that. So, what you had to do was go to like GameStop and buy like the Prima strategy guide. And there were some, I think I still have some of them. They were really cool strategy guides. It was like Wikipedia pages almost. It had every area in the game with like maps and all the items and all the trainers and what the trainers had. It had at least the gym leaders and what their Pokemon were, and I think what their moves were. I don't know if it had that for every trainer or just the gym leaders. They might have more detail. And in the back it had a Pokedex, which showed each Pokemon, when it evolved, what moves it learned at different levels. And I like studied that thing like more than I did my schoolwork. Oh, I want to use Flash, not Super Repel. And yeah, when I was a kid, I was like a walking Pokedex, because I knew all the Gen 1 Pokemon and when they leveled up and when they learned different moves, because that was like my life back when I was like 9 years old. Okay, so I think this is the last route. So if this is a dead end, then I'm in trouble. I'll probably just catch the Pokemon in some of the nearby water. Okay, so okay, so this is where we are here. That's that ledge we keep seeing. And this ladder goes down, which is a good sign. Okay, we've seen this area from other places. Please don't be a dead end with some items. Please actually lead to like more water and stuff. There's a dude here. Alright, let's face him. Ah, Lugia, the Pokemon of the island, hid itself deep in the end of the waterfall basin, and no one has seen it since. If anyone could restore deep trust between people and Pokemon, if anyone who could restore trust between people and Pokemon were to come here with something linked to Lugia, it may show itself for such a person. That's unfortunate. I thought you could get to the lower level and still like surf around and Lugia just wouldn't be there. But that is not the case, clearly. So, ironically, after all of this, in the interest of time, I'm going to use another repel. I'm not too concerned about what Pokemon we could find here. After all of this, I can't even get to water on this level, which means I have to find water elsewhere. Okay, so at this point it doesn't really matter then. As long as I find water, I'm good. I think there's some water down here. Alright, here we go. So we do have to wait for Repel to wear off. But then we should be good to catch the final member of our team. Now I do want this Pokemon to be a female. Ability I'm not too concerned with, but they, well, I don't want to tell you what abilities this Pokemon could have, because that'll kind of be a spoiler alert, although it's not really a big surprise. I don't know why I'm building it up so much. And there she is! Okay, and it is a she. Horsey will be our final Pokemon. So I know what you guys are saying, Horsey, really? But Horsey has a new final evolution in this game, as you probably know. And that final evolution is Kingdra. Sorry, took me a second. And Kingdra is the only Dragon type added as part of Generation 2. It's Dragon and Water, which is a really good type combination. It doesn't have a lot of resistances, it has a few, including a double resistance to fire. But it also only has one weakness in this game, which is to other Dragon types. In later games, it'll also become weak to Fairy, but because there is no Fairy type here, it's only weak to Dragon. So it's a really good neutral type Pokemon, and in fact, Kingdra actually has very balanced stats across the board. It also has a pretty good move pool. Overall, it's just a really solid Pokemon. It's a good word for it. Since we trained a Dragon type last time in Dragonite, Kingdra is the obvious choice for Gen 2, and it's a great Pokemon. I'm looking forward to training one. Haven't trained one in a while. And honestly, if you guys know me at all, did you really think we would do a Let's Play without training a Dragon type? If I'm sure there will be a Let's Play at some point that I don't train a Dragon type in, but if I can make it happen, I'm going to make it happen. So I didn't intend this, but actually Flaffy's a good Pokemon to try to catch this Horsey, because it knows Thunder Wave, which I only noticed when I taught it Flash. So I guess it's kind of beneficial that I was able to do that, that I was forced to catch Flaffy. Oh, please don't be a one-shot. I don't think it is, because Flaffy's evolved and it's only 2 levels lower. Okay, I was worried about a crit, but even a crit didn't do that much. The question is, how much will a Thunder Shock do? Will it knock it out? Life's all about risk, right? Okay, don't be a crit. Oh, it didn't need to be a crit. We knocked out our Horsey, and it was a female too. That sucks. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, not now, Ralph. I am going to. This is what, a 45-minute episode, 43-minute episode. Sorry, guys. Okay, won't be much longer. I am going to revive Sandshrew because I don't want to take any more time than I have to here. And berries. You know what? Let's use a fresh water because we're on this menu already. And Flaffy's healed. Don't know if Flaffy can run from any Pokemon here. It probably can. But just in case, I'll start with Mahogany still, do the switch in. That was actually a pretty good level too. In a range of 10 to 20, 17 I would definitely take. And it looks like the Pokemon here are not anything too challenging, and I think Flaffy is hopefully fast. Let's try it. You know what else I'm going to do too? Alright. Why not, right? I want to make sure Flaffy doesn't get fainted by like 2 critical hit water guns or something. So abilities. So Horsey can know 2 abilities, or at least Kingdra can. I'm pretty sure Horsey and Seadra have the same 2 abilities, and those are Swift Swim and Sniper. My original plan was level 25. Wait, I thought it was 10 to 20. Can I run? I should have led with Meganium. Critical. This is just. And there goes my berry I just gave it. Okay. I'm really sorry, guys. I know this is a long episode, but hopefully at least it's an entertaining one. I'm going to switch to Cherry just so we can run away. fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and just use Petal Dance just because I don't think it'll be enough XP to get Flaffy a level, but it'd be nice. Actually, if it could, Flaffy would probably one-shot more. Can't. Oh, because I'm wrapped, right. Guess I have no choice then. Okay. So, yeah. So now I have to get out of this. I have to heal up Flaff. Oh, and it didn't one-hit KO it. Wow. Okay, no more switching for sure. This Tentacle is like the most annoying Pokemon I've ever encountered. We're pretty darn close to it. Alright, good job, team. Okay, so let's use a Citrus. Oh, I hit Orin by accident, didn't I? Did I? Citrus should do 30. Oh, maybe they already changed it, because it says a little, it doesn't say 30 anymore. I think they changed it, so that it's now a quarter of their HP and not 30 HP. Interesting, okay, well, the more you know. Oh, no, I don't want to switch, I want to use it. So that was a waste of a Citrus Berry. Because I think a quarter of Flaffy's HP, it's about 10. Alright, that's good enough HP, I'm not too worried about it. But that does mean we have to bring out Cherry again, just in case we find any more Tentacle to run from. Alright, and we need to find another female Horsey. So what I'm going to do once I catch Horsey is, I don't have a spot in my party, clearly. But, so it'll go to the PC. So what I'll do is end the episode, go back and check its nature. If it has a good or okay nature, then that's what we'll go with. If it doesn't, I will off-screen catch another Horsey to switch them out, just like we did with Olive, and you guys will never know the difference. So, yeah. But I do want a female Horsey just because the name I picked out is really a female name. And gender equality, right? We'll have 3 male Pokemon and 3 female Pokemon. Wait, no we don't. Because Crude ended up being male. I kind of wish that Cherry had been female just because Cherry's kind of a Tentacruel. Wow. Cherry's kind of more of a female name, but it can work for a male Mahogany as well. And the starters have a 7 out of 8 chance of being male, and I didn't want to keep starting the game like 10 times to get it to work. Wasn't about to do that. Alright, Tentacruel again. So it is 30% chance, which is about what we've encountered it so far. 1 out of 4 is 25, so that's pretty darn close. Come on, Horsey, I know I made you faint, but give me another chance. Tentacool. Alright, what else can I talk to you guys about? Let's see, I already talked about Ancient Power. I'd like to use that and see if we can get the stat boost. That would be really fun. Unfortunately, because it doesn't really go right with Choice Spec, because once you get the power boost, you have to still keep using Ancient Power. Which I guess is cool, but it'd be nice if you get the stat boost and then switch to something else. Still, I am going to stick with the Choice Specs for the time being. I'll eventually switch it out. The one nice thing about using it in-game as opposed to like a competitive battle is that if I do need to use Roost, all I need to do is finish the battle, take off the Choice Specs, do a battle with a different hull item, and then Roost up and switch it back. Come on, Horsey. We are getting really lengthy here. Okay, now with Horsey. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just splice the video, and I will be back when we find another female Horsey. Oh, we're okay. There's one now. Only level 11, but you know what? I'm going to go for it. Probably should have healed up Sandshrew too. Could have gotten just a little bit of damage on it with Sandshrew if I had. Smokescreen, I can deal with that. Lowered accuracy, but still a good chance to hit. Doesn't matter anyway though, Water Gun will be the end of Sandshrew. Thank you for your sacrifice once again, Sandshrew. Poor Sandshrew's really been a trooper for us. So useful, but maybe not in the way you'd expect. Alright, so Flaffy does know Tackle, so I'm going to use the Thunder Wave first, because that might prevent it from water gunning me, giving me a few more chances to use tackle. We'll get it a little low, and then we'll start throwing balls. Paralyze. See, there we go. I hate to say this too, but I might even do one more thing. Okay, I don't want to use any more tackle just because I don't want to get a crit. And I'm okay training a level 11 Horsey. I don't really care about that. At this point, I just want to catch it. So we have a few choices in Pokeballs. I'm going to start with the Premier Balls. I think it'd be kind of cool to catch a Pokemon in a Premier Ball. You don't see that very often. So here we go. And we already have Heracross and a Netball, so I didn't want to buy any more of those. Alright, there we go. The Paralyze definitely helped there. It's not as big of a bonus as Sleep. It's +5 instead of +10. But every bit helps. If attacked by a larger enemy, it quickly swims to safety by adeptly controlling its well-developed dorsal fin. Good to know. Yes, we will nickname Horsey. We are going to name Horsey after a town we were in a long time ago. Good old Azalea Town. Horsey will be Leah. And with that, we have the 6th addition to our team. Okay, so as much as I want to end the episode, I do not have Dig. I will use an escape route then. Glad I had. Actually, you know what? The exit's right here, I think. Of course. Watch this, my like level 19 Horsey. Horsey, okay, it's a male, so wouldn't have mattered anyway. Gonna run away. The last thing I want to do is get the experience share, because I'm probably going to use that while training up Horsey before tomorrow's episode. Assuming I have time to play tomorrow, I think I probably will. So I figure I should probably do that on screen, because why not? So again, I apologize for the longest episode ever, but let's head all the way back to Cherry Grove. Been a long time since we've been here. All we're going to do here is run up and talk to Mr. Pokemon again. And I think because we have cut, we might be able to take a shortcut. No pun intended. Nope, okay. So I am going to use another Repel, just to avoid all the little level 3 Hoot Hoot and Spinnerack that would be attacking us. Oh, Apricorn. I'll come back for that later. Maybe. Alright. So we have a red scale, which we can trade him for an item we really need. That red scale? What's that? A red Gyarados? That's rare. I want it. Joe, would you care to trade it? Well, I won't trade you my red Gyarados, but I will trade you the scale. That's cool that he gets the experience share from Professor Oak, because in the first game, it's Professor Oak's aid that gives it to you once you've captured a certain amount of Pokemon for your Pokedex. That's a good system too. I kind of wish they would bring back. I guess it makes more sense in the first game though. Alright guys, we have the experience share, so at about 53 minutes we are going to call this one heck of an episode. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed it. When we come back, I will have trained up Horsey to, let's say level 25 or so. I think that'll be decent enough for what we're about to do. And I hear Team Rocket is up to no good, so that should be a lot of fun fighting them. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. See you next time.